Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, a.k.a. the Pandy Pods.
A.k.a. two fine fellows, no Saul Bellows.
A.k.a. New Year's Day is some inside fun, and now just waiting for my Sklar pals to join me in 2021. Mike Huddleston, a.k.a. Huddletron.
Thanks, brother.
Huddletron.
Yesterday we turned 49.
Today, we are still at 49. That's how we do it.
We're getting barreling towards 50. Here's hoping this entire year is a year filled with accomplishment, joy, revival, and a comeback from probably one of the worst years in our 40, almost 50 years.
Yeah, definitely.
But we are here to give you guys a story, something that's happening in the world of the pandemic. And
hopefully we can make it funny for you, and hopefully we can make sense out of it together. That's what doing this show is all about. That's why we love doing the show and bringing it to you. Jay, let's jump into it right now.
So I think as a society, we are trying to ignore what's happening in our hospitals.
Definitely.
I'm not sure we could really take knowing the horrors and the insanities that is going on.
And that's why you see healthcare workers that are having such a hard time with it.
Because it's like two worlds. It's like prison or war.
Right.
Many of us are not planning on going so out of sight.
It's I don't need to even think about it.
The difference is COVID doesn't care if you have flat feet.
No.
Or if you're rich.
Or if you're 49 or 64, it doesn't matter. Or 18, they don't care.
If you get it, you're going down, and you might end up having to see what's going on inside of hospitals. It terrifies me.
To get sick. My wife got sick like a month ago, and she just wasn't feeling well, was lightheaded, and she had to go to a hospital emergency room. I'm like, I'm so nervous about this. More nervous about this than anything else.
I burned my hand on picking up a tray of brownies.
See it.
There it is.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Burn my hand.
So dumb.
So I burned my hand.
Two oven mitts. Always wear two oven mitts.
I know, but I burned my hand on a thing, and I didn't want to go to the hospital.
No, you
and deal
don't.
With it.
No, you don't.
Not
now.
I think people should be forced to see at least what our doctors and nurses are dealing with daily. I think the
average person needs to know what's going on.
Yeah. They do.
They try and show you on like CNN, but
they need to keep those images close to them even more, and as a result become more cautious more careful to avoid ever having to set foot in there if things are so out of control.
I agree.
I also think when you've got doctors and nurses who are pushed to their limits then past their limits for weeks, months, a year even.
You're going to see some crazy behavior. No one can sustain that, and no one can be a good person through all that.
Crazy behavior from people you least expect to exhibit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you don't believe us, I mean, just because someone is a nurse or a doctor does not make them automatically sane. If you don't believe us, look at Dr. Phil.
Or Dr. Atlas.
Okay?
Well, we got a story from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Been to Indonesia.
You have been to Indonesia. That takes hospital cabin fever to the next level.
When nurses go bad, it's all going to hell.
That's right. Let's get into it. A nurse in Indonesia has been suspended for discarding his protective mask and shield and having sex with an infected COVID-19 patient in a hospital bathroom.
What is happening? What is happening? Why are you doing this?
My first thought was Indonesian Scrubs is really taking some risks.
Yeah, they're doing the storylines that we wouldn't even tackle here, right?
My second thought was, well, that's one way to get a few shifts off finally, right?
Yeah. Just sex some COVID into your body so you can get that time off.
If
you really don't think that it's going to take you down.
If you're tired and you're like, man, let me just
how did the incident come to light?
So it came to light after a Twitter account at BOTTIALTER uploaded a picture that showed a heap of PPE lying on the floor in the protective gear, purportedly inside the Wisma Atlet Hospital in Jakarta, Indonesia. This is awful
and amazing in some way.
Right. It's like I love that Twitter is the thing. Twitter, the thing that like our president is using as like a weapon to try and
send out disinformation.
Disinformation and hate is now also being used to catch this guy.
It's like justice.
It's like, catch this guy before he does it again.
Yeah.
And spread the disease, for God's sake.
He cannot be a nurse anymore.
The user had also posted a screenshot that he claimed to be a conversation he had with a male nurse where they were discussing where and when to meet in the hospital. This
sounds like a terrible tweet.
It sounds like a terrible tweet. I'm just being honest.
Unless you're going to make it funny somehow.
But again, that could terrible tweet that could possibly save
lives.
lives.
Again, it's both sides of this thing right here. Unless they put a good meme on it, you slap a good meme on there.
Throw a good meme on it. Another user, Fareed Abdillah, quoted these tweets. Thank you, Fareed.
Thank you, Fareed.
And asked authorities to investigate the case. This is some Twitter sleuthing.
Fareed doing his thing. It's like everyone got on it.
Freed at last. Freed at last. After Mr. Abdillah's tweet went viral, the owner, that's not the only thing that's going viral in this hospital.
Yeah, this dude.
The owner and the original of the original account set it to private.
Yee.
Yikes. That is awkward. Once you set something to private, it's
That's
like yep, that's it. No one will ever remember.
No one ever
this
screen grabbed this when it wasn't private.
Stupidity posted in that first place, right? Setting your account to private, that's not an admission of guilt at all, is it, Rand?
Said O.J. Simpson as he's in the back of a slow-moving white Bronco.
That's not suspicious in the least. Maybe don't boast about your affair on your Twitter account, or do so we can catch you.
And
Save people's lives.
Maybe that's what he was doing subconsciously.
According to the local media reports, legal action has now been initiated against both the patient and the nurse after they admitted being involved.
Okay.
Good.
Great.
Good. Lieutenant Colonel R. Herwin of the Regional Military Command in Jakarta noted that the nurse has tested negative for COVID-19 while the patient is still positive. Wow. I wonder if that's even true. Because it is Jakarta, and there's a moment where you're like, that we don't want such bad news to get out there.
Right.
Right?
Do we want people to at least trust
Are they just
the hospital?
trying to get people to stop from panicking?
I don't know.
I don't know what to believe
I don't know
anymore.
who to believe anymore.
All right, let's take a break.
And we'll tell you who to believe on the other side of this break. This is Sklar Country, the Virus Edition. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Couple days left. We've got the big live Dumb People Town this Saturday night. Nowhere Comedy Club.
Last chance to get tickets. Please pop on board, get tickets. There are a few left.
Eventbrite.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town, and it's Zach Galifianakis is our guest. He's just the best. He's amazing.
So funny and such a great dude.
We love him so much. Gags, Galifianakis, and then John Paul White of the Civil War is one of the most beautiful singer-songwriters out there. He's going to make our theme song so sad, he told us.
Yes.
And I am here for all of it. I can't wait. Get your tickets. Please do that right now. Let's jump on this right here.
Okay, so we left the story. We had a nurse.
A male nurse who hooked up with another...
Like basically
threw off his PPE and hooked up with a patient who had
then
COVID.
Photographed it and tweeted it and put it out into the world to boast about it, basically.
He wanted some likes.
The manager of the hospital has also decided to evaluate their recruitment process so that there's no repeat of such a case. Like, maybe don't hire mentally ill people.
Make sure people know right from wrong. That's always a good litmus test.
Asep Gunawan of Indonesia's National Nurses Association confirmed the case and said a legal process should be followed while appreciating the hospital's management for taking the case to law. Indonesia has recorded over 735,000 cases of COVID-19, including 21,944 deaths since the start of the pandemic.
I think that 21,944 deaths happened yesterday in the United States.
That's right.
Okay? So they got a handle on it.
And one nurse on patient love tryst that we know of.
That's exactly right.
That we know of.
That we
don't know what else this guy's done.
We have no idea.
According to the New York Post.
Oh, great. The New York Post.
The patient uploaded a screenshot of WhatsApp messages between the horny couple, including details about lubricants and the size of their genitals.
Thanks, New York Post. Why did we need... How does that help the situation? How does it make it better?
Well, unfortunately for them, the details about the size of their genitals was embarrassing. They both have microscopic genitals.
And their messages were just incredulous responses to one another.
About how small they were.
Like I could not believe.
What are we doing
mine,
here?
what are you doing?
I thought mine was the smallest ever.
Are we inside of each other yet? What's happening?
The patient also posted an image of the nurse's PPE lying on the floor as the pair got it on. That is so weird.
It's just bizarre.
Why would you post a photo of your mask discarded? Is that sexy? Is that part of the sexual fantasy?
Maybe that's part of the plan, is to be dangerous and have a death wish.
I don't know, to brag about that.
This is the new choke me until I asphyxiate. Maybe
I threw my mask to the floor. Look at how dangerous I am.
I want to breathe.
I'm a bad boy.
I want to breathe your droplets.
Oh, God, you're just, at that point, I feel like that person's trying to get fired.
They are, or killed.
Meanwhile, the patient continues to undergo isolation. Well, not that isolated. Clearly wasn't completely isolated at the athlete's house, he added.
Wait, this was an athlete?
No, it's the former Olympic athlete's accommodation village that was transformed into a coronavirus hospital.
Okay, fine.
That's how bad it is. The Olympic
Should
Village.
this nurse be allowed to be there?
Maybe
No.
that's what did it. They were in the Olympic Village. The
And
Olympic Village
that
is an
a
aphrodisiac.
It's a sex cauldron of steamy activity. That's what it is.
If convicted, the men face prison sentences for up to 10 years. All right, that's when you're like, whoa, okay, we're in Jakarta.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like,
Something's going to get cut off.
they're
too.
like, we're going to heap onto the gay thing a little bit.
Yeah, that's a
maybe,
problem.
I don't know. It
I don't
feels
like,
a little
I can't
extreme.
get with that, but you were reckless.
You were so reckless.
Gay or
to do
straight,
this.
that is way too reckless.
Well, but here's the thing about it, and this is what for me is again, I'm grateful that they were so brazen and they were so bold because
And the
that's
Twitter-
how we found the
and the
Twitter.
Twitter got on
Twitter
it.
sleuths solved the case. But again, part of the crime is being boastful about it, and
That's right.
posting things on WhatsApp and posting things.
I
on,
love that committing the crime isn't enough.
Right.
And committing the egregious act of hooking up with someone who has
you
COVID.
know is positive.
That's
But so is that a form of suicide, Rand? That's what I want to know. Is
I
it
think it might
suicide
be.
or is it please fire me? I can't take another shift on this thing. I've been
I think
working
it's
too
a
hard.
little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. Because best case scenario, you get fired and maybe you get unemployment.
Yeah.
Do they have unemployment in Jakarta? In
I don't know,
Indonesia? I
but
don't know.
it feels like it feels like they're by going for 10 years in prison on this one.
It's a long, hey, you're going to get, at least you have a place to stay.
Right. And look, you're going to meet other men in there. I guess if that's what you're looking for in prison.
Maybe this is what he was looking for. I have no idea.
It could have worked out in the end for this nurse. All of his dreams have come true.
As long, the good news is they caught it fast
Yep.
and they were able to get this
And
guy
he's still
quarantined.
negative.
He's still negative.
The nurse is still negative in this case, which to me is almost the craziest part of the whole thing. He's
Yeah.
still negative.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
That's a show.
That's a show.
Stuff we can't believe is happening right now.
Right. Like, not that I was on my way to Jakarta,
But
but
I ain't going to a hospital in Jakarta right now.
well, then I'm not going to Jakarta because if anything happens, you might be in a
It has to be
hospital.
at a hospital in Jakarta. I'll say this. It was a quickie.
The whole thing was a quickie.
The whole thing was a quickie. This story,
Yes.
what they did,
Yep.
it's all quickie, and a quickie that can get you in trouble. Guys, stay connected, stay protected. Don't get infected.
This is not a hoax.
But we've got the jokes. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Get your tickets for the Live Dumb People Town. Do it right now. Eventbrite.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town. We'll see you on Saturday.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.